Term them like this, where politics they shape the future, career they define we path them, and the economy they touch everybody in life.
Big thank you to
one program where they ask the hard question them and some also bring the answer them close to you, face to face with the movers and shakers, the voice them will matter, the issue them will count. One time per week, one big name, one big issue, one-on-one on Liberty Online TV. Every Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. with Khadija Bangura. One-on-one, only on Liberty Online TV.
Hey! Enjoy the new collapse bundle price drop. Now you can get your weekly collapse bundle for 60 leons only on Maxit app. Download the Maxit app now on Play Store or App Store. Install the app and enter your orange number and password. Now follow them simple step here. Open the Maxit app. Next, tap the account. Then select airtime and bundle. Enter the number where you want buy for. Now choose the collapse bundle where you need and the one where go suit you. Finally, type your password. Bam! All things set. Subscribe to the collapse bundle today and enjoy more browsing for small couple.
Orange.
I think currently I have a thing for Vicky Remo.
Hello viewers, we don dey bring different content dem to you and we no dey tire for make the content dem wey you like. And now we dey bring fun and shorts with Adri. This na game show usai your favorite celebrity, social media influencers, students and other people go play game dey like truth and shorts, charades, riddles and other game dem wey you sef go learn from. This content go come to you every Sunday 9 o'clock na net. Na all the Liberty Online TV social media platforms dem.
She chose number one. She's always number one.
Period.
On top.
Period. On top.
Yeah, man.
So no miss out. Join me for laugh with your favorite celebrity and social media influencers then.
Term them like this, where politics they shape the future, career they define we path them, and the economy they touch everybody in life.
big thank you to
one program where they ask the hard question them and some also bring the answer them close to you, face to face with the movers and shakers, the voice them will matter, the issue them will count. One time per week, one big name, one big issue, one-on-one on Liberty Online TV. Every Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. with Khadija Bangura. One-on-one, only on Liberty Online TV.
You are watching Liberty Online TV. This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the final edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. We stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Friday morning. My name na Khadija Bangora.
And Mina Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Today na Friday, the 17th day of October 2025. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, if people can remember, going into the 2018 elections, plenty people in the public been they ask for change of government because they been believe say they deserve better and they may want better service delivery by then. Well, today we can look at over 7 years down the line, the SLPP in governance, waiting they don't get right, waiting don't go wrong, and how we reach here as a nation. Now that we'll discuss today inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, for can we talk about the SLPP in governance, waiting and get right, waiting and get wrong, and waiting at some of the legacy them where they go left for salon people for remember them. This morning at the studio, we get the national PRO for the Salon People's Party where na Mambu, sorry, I beg your pardon, when Moses Mambu for can tell we waiting and waiting na the own pattern of governance. We mean say where the SLPP then a governance, waiting the people them where they govern, know them for, especially where campaign development in them and serve some of the weakness them where the people that know the SLPP for. We get Moses Mambu when are the PRO for the Salon People's Party. Good morning, Moses, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much, and good morning, viewers.
All right. In as much as Moses Mambu can't tell, we waiting at the things them way citizens they know the SLPP for within the governance, waiting at some of the good things them, and waiting at some of the legacy they within kill left. We bring somebody when a governance expert for can't tell we from an expert point of view how the SLPP can govern the citizens them, especially where a campaign development work them. We get Ibrahim Yusuf Bangura, when a lawyer and also a governance expert between the studio. Good morning, Ibrahim.
Good morning, Khadija. Morning, viewers.
All right, now with two studio guests, then this where we get to the studio this morning, so they can start the conversation for analyze the Sierra Leone People's Party in governance, waiting at the weakness and waiting at against them, where they can make what they in governance. Well, they start with you, Moses Mambu. The SLPP in governance, 7 years now, they look at this current regime. We know say una party don't come and go, we campaign governance, but they keep the conversation on this 7 years regime of President Julius Maada Bio. On a governance pattern as a party, firstly, let's start for Lady Premise Day.
So we governance pattern as a political party, very, very important for the people of this country. So for talk clearly about the governance pattern of the SLPP, we need to create a context of the SLPP governance pattern. If you remember, SLPP was founded in the 50s, na Cambia district. And since then, the SLPP laid the foundation with a coalition of other political parties, other players, for go fight for independence in 1961. So now did the SLPP begin, leadership style begin. Oh, team up for something, we make sure say we achieve them. We been for lead a coalition with the chairman of we party by then, the Magais. Been for the big Magai, been for lead the coalition for fight for we independence with other players them. Now moving far from down there, the SLPP been for in 1967 organized election. Well, the election started 1967, ended in 1968. There was a draw, some family then Kailan Breakaway and joined the APC, and then we bring Shaka Stephen Khan and power. Salon lost 27 years of waiting for them be described as the anthem or the citadel of learning the anthems of development in Africa. We lost 27 years since 1967 because of the bad governance and all the other stories. 27 years, we added 11 uninterrupted years will lead to the war. We fought 11 years war in this country as well. The SLPP came back after the elections in 1996. When I see what we do, the party do. So the SLPP ideology is about Sierra Leone. Now make for we pride ourselves as the party where the destiny of this country rests on his shoulder. We take power in 1996, fight with the country, they overthrow we 3 times. We go and come back till we end the war done. The war not only done, we set this country for kickoff. We set them in the path of growth. Bring institutions back again, where the TRC be recommend, say, then institutions then they for day. We begin for put them in place. Bring institutions like the Human Rights Commission, the PPRC, bring democratic institutions in this country here for make sure say we deepen the foundation of with democracy. Bring the special court for Salon, we been get for owners and perpetrators for make sure say impunity no go for nothing now this country here. So at the end of the war, we set this country on the path of kickoff. In 2007, we get back to we neighbor again. We go behind back for 11 uninterrupted years. The SLPP come back in 2018. So I set this foundation here so for answer your question. The SLPP ideology always have been about Sierra Leone, not but an individual, or not about holding down to power. And there are examples where I go give you for make you understand clearly. The current president who we get, in 1996, been get an opportunity for hold on to power and grab him by himself. But when they come under the NPRC, they spent 4 years in the government. But then game be one play based on the agreement we then get say we'll spend 4 years, try for stabilize the country because we're popular, but then try again for organize election and hand over, return the country to a democratic role. And company they not be one gay. He overthrow them inside the same coup, he make another coup inside it. He take the power from them. What did he do? He carry the country back and been to money too. Una na journalist them. And also some of them factor they wanna get them. He carry the country go again and been to money too. Outside then go chat the way forward. Ask a question. What can we do as a country currently? Now the country tell them. The people of Sierra Leone tell and say, what you want now? We want to get an election. When we get an election, then that person they can carry go now to peace. They say, okay, the president now, when I be the head of state at that time, yielded to the call of Sierra Leoneans. And not say not even say man pull the soldier uniform and wear civilian clothes like how would they see soldier man and they overthrow in other country, then they pull the uniform, then they wear civilian clothes, then contest in the same election within they organize. He not do that because he had an assignment that the people of Sierra Leone, the welfare of the people of Sierra Leone, better pass my own individual aggrandizement. It better pass the power. And those were the area where you get them blaze compare na Burkina Faso. We be hold on to power. Tigi tigi. But President Bio now said no at that time. A organized election, UN sent James Jonah for can help we. A organized election and hand over the power. We also get that picture where they hand over the baton to President Kaba. We win the 1996 election. And not only staying at this country, he left the country for make sure say the president we don't win and the administration continue for all. Why did I set this premise? I set this premise for let people they understand the ideology of the SLPP. The ideology of the SLPP have always been for make sure say we put the interests of this country first. Now to 2018, we come back na power. We come na power 2018 with a very unique leader. A leader we get two characteristics when it comes to Salon history. Number one, he has the characteristics of being a head of state in this country in the past. He's the only Sierra Leonean alive we don't attain them two positions at the same time. He be head of state, we in a be soldier man. He don't be president of the Republic of Salon, we in a civilian under a democratic rule. So which means he get two characters in them. And where I go back small just now, where I give another foundation day. Now for make una understand say the president who we get in a Salon and the party where they hold Salon now get two main agenda. Agenda focus number one for make sure say we carry the country go before. Agenda focus number two for make sure say we attract investment to our country. We open up our country so that investment go able come in because government alone cannot create the employment. Now we take power in 20.
SLPP day in governance. You just make mention of two things. Una they attract investment, foreign investments for Canada country.
Yes.
And also again, una they stabilize the country.
Yes.
And that you just make mention of.
Yes.
We just want to get clear. So when they come to the governance experts, as you said, don't take time, you don't unpack all una strength them, it go align with what they say. Go ahead.
Okay, so number two, we take power now in 2018. The SLPP come back to power. When the SLPP take power in 2018, there were three things will be happen in this country also. Number one, we will not get any direct budgetary support anymore because by 2015-16, the international community, the main one them, will be the agree the last time we'll get extended credit facility or the extended grant loan from the World Bank was in 2013. By 2015, they pull out, IMF pull out, World Bank pull out, they all pull out. So we inherit a country who not even get a good standing with the international community where we come in 2018. We inherit a country where the domestic revenue base be very, very low to a point people are even afraid for trust we because we're not able to get the kind of impact we're supposed to get for able for service we debt them as a country. We inherit a country in 2018 where we be the pay salary. This country be the pay salary on bank overdraft. And also we always say we get bank account. We then say bank you pay we get money through bank overdraft. Now that you get an account with a particular bank, where that bank they know say you're a regular customer. Not also money can go always inside your account. But at a particular point where your money done, because they know say you're a regular customer, now that particular bank they can give you other people the money as bank overdraft. They can trust you. Money will not there inside your account, but they know say because you put money there small, where you put money there, then they go take your money from there. So for the past 4 years, between 2013 to 2018, now bank overdraft, now in this country be the one bar. These were the things so we inherit. We inherit austerity. I don't sit down and debate them with we colleagues them from the other party. Say when they say austerity, na a way for cut down on government, expenditure. For make sure say you control government expenditure within the fiscal policy, within the fiscal space. That's not the argument we then can put forward. But that is not the truth. When a country declare austerity on itself or on a government, it means say it not get enough for continue for spend based on how it is spent. Because if you want for cut down on government expenditure, you the beginner from the one. But you know go down there in the middle of the game, then you move the goalposts. Then you come back and say, oh no, we'll declare expenditure because we don't do 5 years. Now make we declare austerity for law control government expenditure or for law cut down on government expenditure. That is not the case. The case was the economy was badly damaged to a point that the government self not been getting money anymore for on the very economy when they manage. So what's in the revert to? They revert, then declare what we call austerity. Austerity, these are measures where they put in place for sure say, hey, there are certain critical sector where not don't be serviced. And the money will they spend within government so plenty to a point that other sector then they pass suffer and if then sector then they continue for suffer, it go bring a crisis to the country.
So we other studio guests, based on all which you don't explain, you go safely say to the people of Sierra Leone that inside the past 7 years, the SLPP in governance, in terms of service delivery, we don't succeed?
Yes, we don't succeed to a very large extent, but there are enormous challenges. That is a fact. I'm not going to sit here before Sierra Leoneans and say SLPP don't do everything with Sierra Leoneans they want 100%. No, but I can sit here comfortably and tell Sierra Leoneans and say in every sector, SLPP don't make progress for the past 7 years in that sector then they, based on how we meet them sector then they, and also how we don't go. They have been tremendous progress. Are there challenges? Enormous. There are so many challenges. One of the challenges is resource constraint. We're not still able to generate enough domestic revenue rates for able for push back on the development aid then where they come as alone. That is a huge challenge we will still get. Servicing of our debt. Yes, with GDP don't grow. With foreign reserve don't increase under this government by 56%. Are there challenges still? Yes, Salon gets still huge debt them for pay. Both domestic and foreign debt them for pay. A huge. The interest rates where people are where they trust this country money still they high. Why? Because the people are not trust we it as a country for be a competitive nation where they go give money on a lower interest rate. So damn they still not challenge. We still have a challenge on how we go mobilize this country here for more to focus on things and what they produce inside this country here. The government don't launch the feed salon process. But people and they will still believe, say, agriculture is not for them. Even though with the press, we come with all kind ideas, processes, scenarios, resources for encourage young people for go back to the bush. That's one of the disadvantages where the war bring. Where the war bring, we get rural urban migration. People move to the city. So now we don't move to the city. We do clear whole line iPhone 17. A dress, it go sit down and then in small shop the day online, they make TikTok. For say, me I go back na bush, begin wear boots, or sit down pa machine, go back na agriculture. People don't want to do them again. Because where they walk and where people they move na the urban area, it don't give them a different perspective of life. It don't change the entire horizon, we make it difficult for we small, for make we able to achieve some of the processes that we want for do for revamp the agricultural sector. Are there progress? Yes, there have been progress. Are there challenges who don't come for the past 7 years? Yes, there are enormous challenges where we still the work and we still need every hands on deck. Because when I say government, one is continuity. Two, it for be collective responsibility of everybody. Yes, na SLPP in a power, but not to SLPP no more than a governance. You know, we always sit there. We all are part of the governance. The opposition na part of governance. So everybody get a own unique and opportunistic role for play for make we governance architecture within this country also work effective one.
We'll come back to you. Quickly, somebody puts a notice now with Facebook comment section saying the youth of Sierra Leone are behind Lamranaba to go out and protest on the 24th of October. So Amadou Lamranaba don't send we a message for clarify, say, not call for any protest on October 24th and not ask anybody for come out in the street for protest against Kush, but a group of Sierra Leonean them we say then they call for 1,000-man Black Friday peaceful procession on the streets of Freetown. I think that's Amadou Lamranaba being read na in platform we make this person misunderstand them, but he say he not come out from them. We continue with the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. You don't listen to the PRO for the Salon People's Party, and now we get the governance experts who we introduced earlier, Ina Ibrahim Yusuf Bangura. You don't listen to what Mambo say. Three things stand out. I believe, say, when the SLPP dey in governance, then they attract foreign investment for coming to the country, and then also they stabilize the country. And in the area of service delivery, they ensure, say, then deliver on them promises them. For their own pattern of governance that.
Thank you, Khadija, and I want to thank Stamambu. I recognize, say, as PRA gets a very difficult job. But let me say this at the outset. So, the SLPP in governance, traditionally, always big on policy, and I would say to a large extent, rhetoric. It is why I go lay the premise, say, since 2018 to now, admittedly, they don't get some social policy wins. You cannot take that away. Me believe inside the challenge day, it's about the everyday issues and the heartfelt issues. And I can always try for look from this perspective. We the build us. We architects don't draw you plan. You plan fine for watch. If you give you engineer for go bill, you bill what you feel for bill, or way it translate them and not come out how you want them, you would say there's a very serious problem. So for me, that is how I always look at them. Say yes, policy on paper, when you sit down, you look the policies them, yes, they're good policies. When it comes to the implementation, there are significant challenges. Now, before I come to the 3 areas the way you highlight, it's interesting when Mr. Mambude talk, where they talk about how they go before, they'll catch full speed reverse, when they go behind. But conversely, they also don't mention, say, governance is about continuity. There's a disparity there somewhere. And I think that is a part of the challenge. We have to understand and recognize that as a country, whether we like them or not, we are a two-party democracy. It just say everybody now a part of the governance architecture. Opposition, the media, the civil society. So we therefore be willing for say certain things them, they have to be continuous, and we have to admit where gains have been made across the piece. So I think for me, I want to clarify that section there. Let we understand, say, when we talk about governance, you cannot look at isolated instances. This country has been independent since 1961. We'd only get two parties there, we don't govern. We in this country. So I think for we they speak in even that rhetoric they of they go before they would keep full speed they go behind, and maybe it might argue say if the opposition there then go say the same thing, say then go before then go behind. I think that is part of the problem. Now let we come to the things that specifically we talk about investment, stability, and service delivery. I know say where they talk about investment, you go on for look the things them we don't they come in, you know, yes, you can give it to the government, the MCC, and all of that day, as much as that money they not begin coming inside it. So what I would say from a governance perspective is that yes, there is some investor confidence, but how then they don't translate to an effect on the country. Because when you talk about that investor confidence day and money where supposedly they come in, it forgets a reflection on the economy. But here we are, we have a cost of living crisis. Things are expensive. We don't see inflation. We go to double digits somewhere in 2023, almost up to 50%. There are consequences of that. We don't see significant currency slide and collapse. That is our reality. Even if you go back to the very 2018-2019, where you get your loans, how much dollar they give you, and how much dollar you loans right now they give you, are two different things. If you sit down, so here's the interesting thing. Sammy de Wook recently, we had this conversation constantly that my salary don't go up over the period. What did they? In Leon's value, my salary don't they go up. But waiting that my salary they able do for me, don't reduce and go down. And that is about the currency slide. Now the very currency slide now in lead for we get the redenomination. We then say, oh, for restore confidence, you pull the zeros. On the issue of stability, I think Mr. Mambu himself go concede say, and the statistics today all out there, for Beremita, all of these people, that we are at a place, at a country where we are extremely so polarized. We have always been split down the middle. So that is not the issue. It is not about the demographic split of support for political ideologies and political parties. It is about now the polarization. It is about that shrinking space where people feel say, oh, we not get the freedom for say what you want for say. You say certain things, there are consequences. It is about that freedom of assembly where people feel like I say continuously, we don't they ask. And the interesting thing in all of this is that when some of them things they are missing, now then they ferment a bit of uneasiness. You know, then you always say some person, when you to left and normally talk. We don't talk, you don't barantai, don't move on. You know, Pakabana infamously say, when I left there, let them talk. Once they're not going to bush. So there are things where they happen where you go say, yes, stability, we not go say, udepa on, udepa ndrodro. But there are underlying issues where need for be addressed. We don't ensure say we they at a place right now where you they feel the pulse of the nation. And finally, Mabel, service delivery. Sorry. I know the statistics. They play with the statistics, so they play with the data on maternal mortality. They will quote all of that and everything. Then go quote access. You know, that is one thing continually that the government points to. Access. Yes, access don't increase, access don't improve. But from a governance perspective, some of these things are holistic in nature. So if we are at a place where access has increased, but still people they go hospital, they enable access drugs. People they go hospital, doctors them not available. Doctors are not happy. Then you cannot claim that in terms of service delivery, there has been success. I come to EDSA, then go say access. Yes, we don't increase. More people and they're on the grid. Granted. But this EDSA is stable? No. Most people now get solar. Don't go back to generator. This EDSA, it continuous? No. It is erratic. This EDSA, is it affordable? No, it is not. Sometimes when you check the meter, you know, interestingly enough, there was a time when EDSA, anytime they increased the tariff and they announced. Now they're not announced again. No. If you go no more, you put your money inside this. You say, hey, this don't go up. You notice say if I may spend X amount for the month, and what they do again. So, yes, in Freeman say there have been successes and progress, but there have been significant challenges and constraints. Me go Freeman another way. Say there have been conditional successes, because anything na we go point to as a success, when you look at the holistic picture, which is what you do in governance, they take isolated, say, okay, this part's done better, so it means say all things done better. You look at the full picture, then successes then they in turn also have things then we don't happen, we don't counter then successes then they.
That brings me to the question, say, outside the SLPP in governance, they miss some, because when you begin talk, you say granted, you go give them to them, say some policies they wouldn't get way good, in as much as then they come with challenges as well. So if them policies NDD, we look at service delivery, not only electricity, for people forget and deliberate cost of living, the issue we get for do with water, them basic necessities then they. From a governance experts, who side and get them wrong, if they get the policies, but we come to the actual things, they are not happening. Who side and get them wrong?
The challenge is in implementation. As I don't say for write the policy, it's the easy part of it. For actually now translate them, let it get, because understand that when you look at the governance landscape, the first thing is the policy. You develop the policy. Then you go on ground with your outputs and all of them one day. Then one day suppose for translate into achievables and goals when are in at the impact. That is why you would hear Sierra Leoneans, they say, who know they feel this way themselves. All them things that who they talk about, who know they feel, in the words of the famous JJ Safar, the bread and butter issues. We can talk here all about the economy, all about the confidence in investment and all of that. But at the end of the day, if there is that implementation gap, we make that average person on the streets, not they feel like I say, me own life, it is much better that me money what they gonna earn, if they do more for me, which is the objective, then you cannot say there has been successes.
So is it possible say na the right people president be not get yet at the right place, we make their issues on implementation of the policies and we then get?
That might be one issue. That yes, potentially maybe the right people are not there, but I think the biggest challenge we don't see na Salone is that there is always that struggle for transition from politics to governance. I don't listen, but could tell the interview people and always the question and say, but wait, one have been the opposition, I get all the idea. What's happening now on a kind of governance now? Una be sabi all the problem and not able to solve the problem. People can say elephants not to picking load. It is easy for do all the rhetoric and everything, but when you are in that chair for can't implement, you need the right people, you need the political will. You see, let me tell you something. Challenge way me think say government can face, and this government is particular, is that sometimes on some issues, political will not be. What do I mean? That the focus is on lay we not lost we base, lay we supporter they not vex and everything. That's the hard decisions for government for make. They're not able to make them. Now let me talk about austerity, and I want for touch down there. And it's interesting where you say, in views on austerity, and austerity for don't begin from the one, and the issue of the previous government being declared austerity because there was no money. Here is our reality, that when the SLPP was in opposition, then talk a lot about wastage and excess spending and bloating of the wage bill and all of these things. And the SLPP came into government, I think by Mr. Mambunaya, from day one. Then before don't tackle some of these things. And then go around, and the rhetoric was there. But what have we seen over the period? I'm sure by now we don't lost count of how many new offices have been created. The wage bill don't go up. Public expenditure don't go up. Mismanagement of funds is still a significant challenge. Yes, you go say ACC don't catch people, then don't carry with the money, then don't put on, then don't see almost people and they thief pan this money, then don't give them back. But it tells you that there are still significant problems where the government not don't address. So me go just say austerity. It's funny how sometimes we try for politicize them. That should never be the case. You know, usually we can say you cut your coat according to your size. Agewa me padiwe can say you forgot your coat according to your pocket. We have to be honest and realistic for say we have significant challenges with money resources as you don't say we not generate enough money. We cannot continue for spend if we not get the money. It does not make sense. Where you had up waiting tranga, you dey cut costs. Sunday then the person invite you say Khadija get this married for go. You dey look and say I don't so close. I don't make me here. I don't this. No, me not they go. So what will a government do? They will reduce on spending. There are avenues to reduce on spending.
So what can be the bottleneck where most time where party then can the opposition then can say all the appeasing things them to the masses, put her in manifesto. But when they can count on a power, then priority area not can align to that of the things that we then don't say to people. And for example, today na the SLPP they try for assess them pattern of governance. 2018, they say new direction manifesto. By then, the party in government, the APC, the citizen them being just frustrated with them, say there were corruption, a lot of issues be there happen. So where the SLPP sending the new direction slogan, all man be excited. People be they look forward to this new direction, then govern with the new direction mandate 5 years. But the reality by then that be mismatched with waiting inside the new direction manifesto. So outside the political party then can miss them in opposition and during the term in governance.
So again, I go back to it here. I say that there's always that struggle for transition from the politics and the rhetoric to governance. Now, politics is about numbers. Where political party then they contest, so Mr. Bambugo tell you say the primary goal of the SLPP now for win election. I don't then form the party for win election and they in governance. So political parties, and we don't see this increasingly over the years, not just in Sierra Leone, that populist rhetoric or populist politics don't they rise. What do I mean by that? That politicians then now they in this habit of saying to people, the supporters, then waiting them one for year. You know, like when you go say this, let's tell no more waiting why. Because at the end of the day, it's an easier path for get you into governance, for get you for people and for belief. So you criticize, you condemn, you come up to these lofty ideas, and then people then say, as you say, back in 2018, people look at the government and say, don't tire, they one there. They one there don't say all the right things on paper. And then you come into governance. Now, yanda the political will important because where political will not they for take their hard decisions, it is always difficult for govern in the right direction. And their hard decisions and they for take pan governance. You have to be willing as a political party we don't form government for accept say some of you supporters them. No go glad you with then decision there, but then decision there. You get for take them. Now, just like if something they happens on Godro, you come in, say you they mediate and all, you they come for can talk to. Sometimes some two day way they talk, where you say, okay, you want to be the bigger person, the other party them, and not go like more. But you know, as possible like Lamrana go talk, the two nine go always last. We have to get to that point. But let me also tell you a big part of the challenge where we can always get Nas alone is that where somebody they campaign for power. Politics is extremely expensive. You get the people there when then they are around them. They take their own. Then they support. Then they give money. You get the people there where you can call them the frontline soldiers. Just say Mr. Mambu, it's about all the frontline soldiers, but salon politics. They are there. Then don't fight for you. When you come into governance, there has to be a recognition and understanding, say, some of them people then they not get the capacity for deliver, as maybe they'll ask just now, on some of them you policies there. But there's always that challenge of what do they do with them? They one day don't eat. Salon politics week then tell you say, monkey no they work, babuka eats. That is a problem. So it means there's now a mismatch. Somebody who not fit and competent for then a certain position, you don't put on there because this, they almost kill them for you. They lock in a jail for you. So that happens. And then now they create significant challenges. So I would say the biggest problem is one, the rhetoric and populist policies. You have political parties. We go say all the amazing things, lofty ideas. But when they are in governance, they're not willing for make them tough decision their way. They own supporter themselves, no go glad you it. But at the end of the day, go good for the country. And there are people where then get for carry along, where you cannot left behind because they one in the end have been your most ardent supporters, and usa you the left there. And finally, I would say, you know, there's always a challenge. Yes, with democracy, with constitution, say president can do 2 terms and everything, it's well and fine. Me not believe say any president or any government for come into governance and focus on getting a second term. Because when they focus on that second term, now they tell you they begin the yuck. Say, hey, me, if I do this, then one day they're not going to vote for me. But here's the irony, and this is what I believe. That's nobody know they win on development. Nobody know they win on progress. If you do the right things, you transform the lives of people there. No matter how tough some of them you decision in a bimbi, where people then see say it don't get impact on them bread and butter, then lives and don't improve, it don't change. Tell you waiting, I believe them go vote for you a second time.
You talk about taking tough decisions. Where then party there can come in governance. Is it possible say it can deliberate whether or not you wanted them tough decisions and they, because of them votes talking about second term? Because I can always take the Abacha state as example. Any government we can have power, they really afraid for take decision and that we go make street trading, then cobham. But then go make promises to people, but no sooner than come na power for make them kind of decision and they can be very difficult. So now deliberate thinking happen from the people are making in governance, or at times it just be say them focus more on the numbers them where election they come and they care less about taking the decisions and they wait for make their lives better for the people.
So I think it's a mixed bag. Yes, the lack of political will in the sense taking the tough decisions for antagonize your supporters them, and you can look say, what kind of president this is? Bado, he can no more. Who votes for you na Abacha streets? Now you don't can clear, you don't can pull win. Okay, now who votes for you? That's one side of it. The second side of it, as I don't say, governance is holistic. It is easy for talk say, oh move them, no clear them come on Abacha streets, no pull them come on. But at the same time, you have to have set something in place for where you pull them under. Who say you they go put them? Because understand, say, governance is interlinked. All the things, they're interlinked. You know, now, like, then one day, where they play, is it dominoes? We sometimes, that domino effect, so you touch one, all things they going for done. So, you might think you don't solve one problem, you don't pull them na Abacha street, but at the end of the day, if you not get some side for puts them, then you don't affect their livelihoods. You don't know if waiting and go resort to, for out of that desperation, for make a living. You don't know if then they go get the other side. Because keep in mind, say them people there are also, then they fight for fend and survival. That is why they're there. If there were options and alternatives, they would not be there. So that whole picture, everybody gets for be willing, forget a conversation. And when I mean everybody across the piece, from the central government now, specifically like this issue of the Abacha, from central government, from the FCC, the mayor, everybody, all the stakeholders them, you know, in the governance landscape, we can say they do stakeholder mapping. You get for identify all the important players, bring them to the table. How do we solve this problem? Let we not just say no more, oh, they grab who they pull them. What do we do? What's in at the end goals? How do we get there? But also, let me point this out. I think sometimes people like miss the fact, say, our political leaders are our policy heads. Are they responsible for policy, write policy, implement policy? And these people will only make decisions based on the information they have. You know, like, you know, this on side, you come, sometimes you pick in the neighbor, then tell you, say, so, thing happen. The other one tell you, say, so, thing happen. You not been there. You know, in law, I make them not allow hearsay evidence. That we person can't tell you get for no. Because that one day becomes diluted, and sometimes, you know, it not paints the real picture. So our leaders make decisions on the information they have. It come back to waiting una don they ask about having the right people. If you not get the right people around you, we're able to give you the real picture. We're able to tell you, say, this is what it is. And so you need for make that decision day. You will continuously, they make the wrong decisions.
All right, continue for the program. In case you just tune in today, we they discuss political party them in governance, waiting at their strength and weakness, and we look at the SLPP today, and we'll get a governance expert by the name of Ibrahim Yusuf Bangura, and we'll get the national public relation officer for the SLPP, Mr. Mambo. Two things we come out from Mr. Bangura in submission. One, una political party them, especially where una kingdom go through elections, don't win power. The selection of people them for implement una programs and ideas them. Now they the challenge them can they. Most times the leaders then can appoint people them we fit with them for get this power rather than competent people them. In this current administration of the SLPP, especially people who they serve na President Bio in administration. Na competent people there or na just people who President Bio appoint say, then why I be there with me during the term where I the struggle for get this power.
So Khadija, I want to begin with you first. There's a comment where you make where you and Mr. Bangura they get a conversation. And that comment they got with first time in office between 2018 to 2023, where you say people and vote we in, we make promises in 2018, and we people and vote we in, you say the reality now be mismatched with the manifesto promise what we make. You see this game all they play, all they talk about salon. If you not the ref, be the ref. If you want play, can inside the field all player. Because you who they una way they are una journalist. The biggest thing we be the inside with 2018 manifesto, you can type and you pull it up. Now being say, where SLPP take governance, would implement free quality education. Would they pull the things and the barrier where they make picking and not they go school, would they pull them? That was the biggest promise where the SLPP make in this country. When I remember the debates na been to money. Ask President Bio, who say you they pull the money for doing? Because by then they na governance. He was the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So if they think now the catch in how you go implement free education for everybody, every picking? Who say you they go get the money for doing? Everybody, including experts there, governance experts there, economics there, but they ask the question, how you they get the money? Remember we President Bio make the calculation, safe. People they be the take us $100. You understand? Who say they go pull up? But to everybody in surprise, we all, it's the old Sidoya, government go always be under pressure because the people of any country deserve more. Even in America today, they are struggling with a lot of things there. Right now, the government in America is shut down because people the health insurance by December it shoot up. So the opposition party don't shut the government down. Why? Because they want the government within a power for agree say where the current health insurance expire, the Obama health insurance expire. They want let them extend that because if they don't extend that, it will cost Americans starting from January. It will cost them more $2,500 to the help for let them get well body. So it is important that there are challenges all over the world when it comes to governance. But with 2018 manifesto, the biggest promise we did it now be the free quality education. And when we take no my
exactly what I say where you'd want for disagree with.
No, you say now you are coach so where you and Mr. Bangura they get conversation.
So waiting are you point?
Your point, the point where they make is you make an assertion say we make a promise in 2018 to 2023.
New direction.
But not be a mismatch to the reality. That's what you said.
Yeah.
So if you say not be mismatch to reality, that's a you self don't be the player now.
I'm
where
not
you
a
supposed
player.
to be the ref. No, you make a
listen,
statement. But move on.
No,
I
we
just
cannot.
We
cannot move on. Let's clarify certain things. I tell you, see, 2018, on a campaign on the mantra of a new direction.
Yes.
On a promise, on a decade, a new direction.
Yes.
People voted you in.
Yes.
On a govern for 5 years.
Yes.
5 years, and you don't be go no side. You dey salon, you know the issues where people and be raised during elections. For example, when I talk about the issues of bread and butter, where are we now today? We'll talk about bread and butter. When I talk about the free quality education we talk about today, is it a success?
Yes.
Is it a 100%
no,
success?
And not in a life 100%.
Also, you can assess say the free education day now.
I can't tell you, but nothing, no force say, nothing not in this life. Even your own personal life, you know 100%. Say to the time we God they call you home, your life will never be 100%. If Ilya Mox and Dangote, their life not 100%. What about we down a salon? We then get all the billions in the bank, but they are still finding more. So life not the 100%. What here they say? If you not the ref. If you want to be player, join the team. Now that's how they say. When you use statements saying I be manifesto in 2018 and mismatched to what you promise. Now down there I get problem with. It means say now you don't take side. When you remain for being neutral. But make we move on.
Yeah, I will allow you dwell in that your opinion and not go down that road with you because we need for further the conversation.
Okay, so make a move on. When we come in 2018, the biggest promise we will make now we manifesto. Now for implement human capital development. And we will take power in 2018 to the surprise of many Sierra Leoneans. President Julius Maada Bio be declared the free quality education. Before we can have power, the statistics did it. Read World Bank report on education in 2014. It did it. Now be 250,000 people be get access to education. We World Bank do the survey, waiting and find out. Then find out say just school fee for pay at that time. Now be the whole picking and not for go back to school. A lot of parents they say, no, me picking for get and lunch for let go school, feed and money for let go school, buy in uniform, I can do them. They say, but mommy, if you
Mambo, we deal with time. The question I ask
yeah, but you don't give Mr. Bagua
yes, so let's bring you back to the track.
No, I go take you to 20. Are they on track? I take you to 2018. I try for clarify.
But you look they go off the question I ask you.
No, I know they go off
about appointments.
I can't to the question, Mr. But before you come to a question in a debate, you get for clarify what you
debate.
No, in a discussion, you get for clarify what your opponent say. The governance expert don't make a lot of issues within 11 minutes. So if I'm giving the opportunity, I clarify, they come to your question. Now so you build a debate so that the listening public go follow. I know go see there some person talk no more on the government where they then I no respond. Before I come to your question, I need for lay the premise.
Government or behalf
no,
of
SLPP is the government. The government is SLPP.
So are you now a government spokesperson?
I am SLPP spokesperson.
So you speak for the government as well?
On behalf of SLPP. And SLPP, I don't know how you go define the two. But SLPP
because
party, I need that power.
For me, where party don't go through elections, then win in different from the government.
Of course,
the government now everybody then they for.
Yes, of course. But when the people they hold the government accountable, they hold the party accountable. When you go vote, you need meet government na ballot paper. Now party symbol you they meet na the ballot paper. So you don't see the difference, not so. When you don't win na government. So if you give me the opportunity, because I know say hold on, you go give me Sabango opportunity. So you don't quiet, you listen to her. So maybe the listening probably go on for no, but once back when I give me the opportunity, let the people and follow the debate or the discussion so that they go understand exactly who's how we don't come up from as a party.
So the
this 2018 where I go to, I just clarify with you, say we have made promise in 2018, we keep and I make in 2023. The percentage we score, we percentage increase by 4.1% in the election.
You don't clarify.
So if people give you that kind of confidence, you go no.
Mambo,
now law come to the appointment. Then.
Yes.
Law come to the appointment.
Do you want to ask the question?
No, I know the question already. President Bio is one of the presidents there in the world. We put together the most youngest cabinet in the history of any democratic society. The most youngest. Then one opportunity. Because over the years, Salon, 65 to 70% of the population are young people. And young people don't ask for sitting at the table. They say, who can sit up no more with the clap? We don't get sitting at the table for make we own decisions, for take we own destiny that we own hand as young people. So President Bio say no, I dey change that one day. President Bio come 85% of the government, cabinet ministers, directors, heads of parastatals, heads of missions around the world. The average age now 45. It give them that opportunity. That in itself na success. That in itself is a huge progress. Because when President Bio appoints somebody who hold 33 years for being minister, for example, that young person within a college, within a secondary school, they become inspired. Say, no, if 33-year-old can be minister, I need to do better. That in itself is an inspiration. It's a challenge we send to the rest of young people for say we can do it. Because we don't use na salon. The expert go tell you now the average age of we cabinet over the years. Now 76 years old. That is the average age of we cabinet. So President Bio, number 2, President Bio bring experts them. Not only young people, but young people we have a career. Look, the chief minister, for example, a graduate from MIT, don't work in a series of international multilateral organizations. Even the first one, he was a professor, David Francis. Number 2, the governance experts talk about complimenting people who support you for campaign. I can name ministers within a President Bio in government, Naya and public. We one day hold the campaign. One day see them here now. From 2018 to now. One day see them where SLPP cap or polo, they be President Bio for campaign. I can name them now. Number 1, the Minister of Gender. We did it so now. One day see a way, if I be civil society. Not so, sir. If you know him very well, he was a CSO. Chair no bar. Now be an NGO expert. Where they work na NGO. Not so, sir. President Bio appointed. One day see who say chair no bar where SLPP cap. And they be President Bio for campaign. David Senge. When President Bio bring David Senge, now he win election in 2018, now he go talk to one. That time at the MIT. Now he go talk to one from Google. He bring and come over. Now he bring and come if he can join the government. So President Bio, they put people in their positions based on merit. They are people. In fact, the SLPP government is the only government, even when Pakaba been in power. SLPP government is the only government in the history of Salon where they give people and work will not even get party card. I can name 4.
The way you don't say, the experts and way President Bio, you say bring calm the young people and way put into strategic positions them in governance. How we go say inside the past 7 years that don't translate to realities. For example, cost of living, where the people every day they call for. How all of that in expertise don't translate into reducing the cost of living.
Not talk small about cost of living. Me and the experts were there. We take power in 2018. When we take power in 2018, the former APC government don't implement what we call the single treasury account bill. Not so, but they're afraid for implementer. They not agree. And for that, be one of the fates where the former government may get to the IMF and World Bank, because the World Bank, the IMF, be one get debt service in confidence. So they may tell and say, when I implement a single treasury account, so we self go get access for the see how na money they run, the local revenue owner they generate. Because mind you, the country gets a lot of revenue mobilization streams them where they come up from all angles, from agencies to ministries, then get them. So the development partners they say before we trust on our money, we want to see how una your local money una they get, how it work. So una pass a act where una they put inside one basket, so that basket will be able for the monitor waiting the come inside and waiting the gonna do, so that we go no say una able service we debt them. What happen? Yes, the former government and Eskroma government passed the bill in Parliament, called the single treasury account bill. But then they're afraid for implementer, because if they be implementer towards election, the development partner they did the single treasury account. For able for they get small money now, for put inside the election, they know they get them. So they put on the shelf, they left them. So the development partners, they be vexed. EU vexed, World Bank vexed, IMF vexed. They sit down quiet in the corner. When we come in 2018, in order for return back donor confidence, that was the first thing we implemented. The SLPP government under President Bio implemented the single treasury account instanta. Now, alone today, every revenue stream where they go through government, they go to the single treasury account within the Bank of Salon. What's in they presupposes it bring back donor confidence. The IMF get access now to the revenue where they mobilize inside country, so they able put we at a ratio for say okay at this time we can loan Salon this money because based on the revenue where they mobilize and see the stream how they run within so period of time they're able for service and debt. Now when we do that one day in 2018, we set the country for kickoff. By 2019, we set the country for kickoff because we bring back IMF, we bring back World Bank, we sit down at the table. The government been get for accent. Do you I want to address the bread and butter issue? Why are we here? Because if you go back to the governance experts, they tell you they are for make them let people understand. If you not set the base and the premise, you just jump into the conversation. The people already out there, maybe be lie to lie, lie. They're not able to understand. So why are they set them premise here for waiting make with they so today? If you give me the opportunity, I go do them. By 2019, we set the country for kickoff. IMF come back, then do the medium-term development plan for Salone in 2019. When they say, now so the government for go, for now get to economy for vamp back. By 2019, the IMF and World Bank project to economy for grow by 5.5%. What happened in 2020, sir? Coronavirus struck the wall. It hit the entire world. The whole economy turned upside down. Coronavirus been unique in so many ways. Number one, because people then can say, oh, APC self gets Ebola. Yes, APC self gets Ebola. Ebola come under APC term. But Ebola not hit the country the way they help we. It not hit them at all. The country the way they help we, it not hit them. But when Corona struck, it hit even the world. Me, I be in New York where Corona come. They shut the New York down. The global capital city of the world, New York, they shut them down for 40 days. Nobody know they do nothing. Nothing, no they happen. No economic activity, no be they happen at the world. That one they turn the world economy upside down. Inflation begin shoot up. Currencies they begin depreciate. Prices they begin shoot up. Why? Because the world trade, the world is a small village where trade they happen between we. What happen? The shipping line like Max Line, cow, they all begin pack and ship there because staff no they. Staff they know they. India where they produce less, Pakistan where they produce less. For example, staff they begin die. Corona enter and then farm then people then begin commodity. So that one day lay the foundation for let the prices of commodities shoot up na the world market heavily. We inherit that one day. What did we do? Salone are the only country now West Africa doing coronavirus where we not get shortages of commodities. You remember Liberia? You know governance experts. You remember Liberia? They make line for us doing corona. Alisa, Salone take petrol and help Liberia and Guinea doing corona. Alisa, because then ship they not be they come. So waiting President Bio and we economic expert then do quick one. Now for make sure say we pump money into the system. Talk to World Bank. Talk to the central bank for make sure say we pump money into the system for help business people for bring commodities in country no matter how expensive those commodities are. Because the danger when there is a global crisis, the danger to any country now for sit down and make sure say commodity loss. If it's expensive, yes, it will be expensive. But the thing where you get for fact as a government, now for make sure say the basic commodity where they hold your country together, a day in country. So even during coronavirus, the SLPP government make sure say we get enough commodities inside country. Were they expensive? Yes, because of the factors that we are don't lay out.
You just make mention say 85% of President Bio in cabinet.
Yes,
now young people them.
Yes.
Then young people there so where you they showcase as achievements. Now people that were competent for deliver on President Bio in manifesto promise them.
Yes.
Or not just people that were been there with President Bio during the days where he be the first for the power. That's the question I asked you earlier.
Okay, these are young people and we competent. Let's begin, for example, David Senge. We President Bio and Canada this country. He put an outside DSTI. Not also he put an a DSTI for make we revamp Sierra Leone technology back again. David Senge been get for work and develop app them together with his colleagues them for help the public sector revamp again. Make sure say the public sector services, people get access to services quick one. Today, as I talk to you now, what's result don't come out yesterday. Before this time, parents they pay 170,000 for buy scratch card for get access to the result. Now, with the advent of somebody like David Senge, we bring come technological knowledge like Dandy. Today we get an app we call Result Checker. Results. That one they save parents them in combined. It save them 7.9 billion every year from just scratch card. So that one that body it come out off from parents them. We are the Result Checker. Today, now this country, where you go for your license, we get motor now where they go meet you at your junction from the SLRSA where they come and print your driver's license for you, where you no need for go yonder again. That one they happen because of the work where people like David Senge they put inside. Look Chernobyl, no take Chernobyl now. Look the civic, the way it don't revamp, the way government they communicate to in people them. Look a civic initiative the way it don't bring the civic days there. Few days ago, I in America, Chernobyl assembled 13 government ministers. Ever in the history of Salone for let 13 government ministers sit down in front of Sierra Leoneans them. Now Maryland, sit down in front of hundreds of Sierra Leoneans them. Then get direct access to them minister then they ask them direct questions. Now take Kanda Yonkela for example, the energy man. This is a man we don't head a United Nations arm of
you
government.
want put Kanda Yonkela in the category of young people?
Yeah, of course you know not saying an old papa young boy. Can the young Kelly?
No, but Mambu, we can't be serious with some of this.
No, we're very serious.
No, but you cannot put kind of young Keller as now the youth age bracket.
Okay, well, law left count the Yokela now. Law we count to Timothy Kaba, for example, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. That's alone. He's the youngest Minister of Foreign Affairs in the history of that ministry. Day. Look what in there he don't do. Salon don't increase in international embassies by 13% since he take up that ministry. Day. With international standings globally, today Salon don't win 2 times. Now UN Security Council. This is we second time we did so. Now the UN Security Council. That is a progress for a young man who not even reach 40 years of age. So there are so many young people in President Bio in government where they deliver for the people. Are there challenges? Yes. But then young people there, just the appointment self of the young people, the confidence where a president could place on young people in this country, is unprecedented. It not one day happen.
Which one outweigh the other?
The success outweigh the challenges. But are there challenges? Yes. There has always been challenges in Salon. You know why? Because we don't get all the resources for solve all the problem. I tell you, say, even the great America, even they say when they talk about drugs now, studio, how the drugs business they go, when I concern to everybody. Even the great America, we get all the technology. Right now, when me and you they talk so, America don't reach heavy war. They put jets there up the sky for bomb boats there where they come off Venezuela for come now America. So for we as SLPP for the past 7 years, we don't make enormous progress in so many sectors than this country, from tourism to agriculture to energy to education to healthcare. Ebo, go read the UNFPA. Khadija, read the UNFPA 2024 report on maternal and infant mortality in this country. Khadija, you know, woman, you know, say there has been progress in terms of the reduction in infant and maternal deaths in this country. Are there challenges in the health sector? Yes. Today, now the Ministry of Health, because of the advent of technology, you don't need for go now the Ministry of Health again, Mr. Bangua, for go apply for PIN code. You need for go now online. You apply for a PIN code. Now a transparent process. You follow the channel there online. Say the issue you license give you as a health worker without you not even need for left your duty post again. For come the Ministry of Health, you left picking there for die. So is Salon making progress? Yes. Are there challenges? There are enormous challenges where we all as Sierra Leoneans, we as a party, recognize the challenges where we are faced. Have there been progress? Yes, there have been enormous progress. And when they talk about Salon, like how the experts say, we need to put politics aside. Now you make President Bio bring people there like Alpha Khan, bring people there from the APC. For can work na SLPP government.
Mambo.
President Bio send the hook for say anybody we want for work. Make we come together, make we work as a country, not as a political party. You know, say SLPP is known for that. When 6 ministers they come out on Kolili.
We will come back to you. Let me just bring
Ibrahim vote for. So SLPP is known for make sure say, now make we class yourself say the destiny of this country, the destiny of Salon rests on the shoulder of Salon. When they can well, now SLPP they can fix.
When they come over to Ibrahim, according to Mambo, in belief say the successes of the SLPP-led government 7 years down the line, then Bokupa's the failures. What do you think about that?
So I would say, let's put it this way. Yes, there have been gains and successes, but conditional successes. As I don't say, for every success we able outline here, there are equal and greater problems where potentially they overturn the successes. And of course, there have been areas where the government don't underperform. As a matter of fact, you know, few things. I talk about the free quality education. Here's what I will say, and I think anybody we don't look that landscape, they go say, yes, there has been free education. So you can give them a pass for, say, the rollout of that particular, you know, project day. But at the end of the day, the one thing when I hold on to, now access. So yes, okay, agree. Say the access. More picking don't go to school. You know, the radical inclusion. They want them for dropouts because they're born. Then did they now? Mr. Mambu, all the as I say, sabi all the policy.
No, just yesterday, because of them policy, girl picking don't can force powers. And the history of Salon.
Mr. Mambu, you see when you talk just now, I take me book at the right. I don't interrupt you. So yes, we will say that access. But at the end of the day, where you sit down, you look at the pass rates. Where are we? Where you sit down, you look at the challenges. Quite recently, government for the subsidy for picking them for SITS exam was not there, was not available. Where you sit down, you look. Yes, more picking and don't go to school. Waiting at the results. So you get some classroom, then now we're overcrowded. More picking and then a school, but you still get picking then where they sit on a ground, where they sit on a stone, upline, for land book. So now I make her say, it is a holistic picture that we get for take a look. I think my own biggest challenge is that when, government can want for articulate some of the issues there, then they cut the side way. I not go sit down here and pretend say as I say they not don't make inroads in certain areas. But what about all the other areas where they not they address, where they not they talk about? Then they now the free education, because I call it free education because I love it. Given the opportunity, I would have rolled it out a different way, truncated in phases. But it's a good initiative. It's a laudable one.
The quality where they inside the free quality education?
Far from it. I mean, we still struggle with teachers recently. Not only the God be there, so school they open, teacher they not go there. So let me tie that to waiting they talk about the single treasury. It's interesting, and I can see why Mr. Mambuna Piaro can able to convince. But here's what it is. It's interesting that he said the previous government freed for implement the single treasury, and this government can do them. No, take that argument there. Say yes.
No, not for argument.
No, say the previous government freed. Granted.
No, Mr. Bango, you don't listen. The way they put the argument, if I say something way wrong, say it's wrong. No, if it is fact, say this one a fact.
You say they're afraid. I would not know if they're afraid or not afraid.
No, they're afraid.
That's okay. So that is
all that
your
nomenclature
own
not there for describe what he make the no implementer.
Okay, so now I make her say like you done the low green aya. Say they're afraid. But here is what has now happened with this single treasury. Remember how they give the Abacha example? Say if you not look at the whole picture, you they run into problems somewhere. Because now single treasury day. You go here now, local councils and they all say, we'll not get to money, they're not sending. Because why? There are now bottlenecks and challenges. With this money, they inside one pot, we all man gather. And a judiciary, we all man gather, then go hiba inside that one calabash day. All man not able dock and inside for taking, So there is now a line. Waiting don't carry it, and they don't carry it constraints. That is why you see most of the time now they say money no day. Because why? People we suppose they make their own money, revenue generating agencies them. We for able get their own money, use their own money without resorting to that single treasury, then get for waiting line. And government has its own priorities. So at the end of the day, then there is a significant challenge. So now I make us say, where they say, oh, they're afraid. There can also be that argument or that counter argument say, if the things them wait for they in place, not they in place. Then I can always tell person like, what then give you money? Some money they way say this na kara money na mass, you know go put on a bank account so. Why they go put on a bank account? Where say by the time it's on JJ, Mutkadon broke down, one auntie don't call you, get for pull the money back.
So the single treasury where Mambu talk about, it work right for government.
The single treasury is a good initiative. Is it working right for government? No. I do not believe so. I believe say it don't create more bottlenecks than waiting it don't unlock. Waiting potentially maybe it don't do. Yes, it don't reduce now. Amos man get access, the money where they lost and all of that day. But in governance, the main objective, I don't say na just not politics, not for win, go state house. Governance not for deliver on behalf of the people, not for impact the lives of the people. If you put in place a policy where they affect how una able touch the lives of the people, then it is a problematic policy. Let's talk about technology. It's nobody no go sit down here and say technology is not important. So yes, we can talk about all the gains and everything where technology don't do the improvements, we don't catch up with the rest of the world. But here is what I always say. As a country, our needs are very basic. Light, water, education, quality education for let we able to compete with the rest of the world. Health for let we people they know they die for sick the way they're not supposed for. Think that way people they die for now parts and day of the country where they know they die for the again. You know they say person die for that day. So yes, why we go celebrate technology and all it don't simplify things them, but at the end of the day, how has that impacted with very, very, very basic needs? Guma, Me water bill, I will pay am by orange money. I dey get go my water? No, me and the old den are fet. Buy bows at say attire. Try for dig borehole, not water not then at the ground. So yes, technology don't simplify they able pay for this service. Are they get the service? No ma. The same with EDSA. La not be late that point today. He also talk about resources. Government they try. But they're not able to do all the things they're not able for do because they not get the resources. I think Mr. Mambuga agree with me. Say, well, they talk about the resources. We can differentiate her into two. Donor resources and then the whole basket of FDIs, the one where they give you loan, where they give you grants and this and all of that. And we own revenue. What they generate now. Here is our reality. The aid space don't they shrink, almost they collapse. Then get their own challenges, then get their own problems. So funding, they reduce. Minus all of that, they say, me can tell person say, if you get why you cousin, where you they help, you they pay school fee for them. If they go school and all of that, they manage the battle, a grab. You don't get this girlfriend away, they pull panda lunch money for give. If they school now, you they pay all the grab, you go give this girlfriend belly, then the non-bomb picking. Parts they get they tell and say, bruh, this why me they help you, it is stop all. So that is where we own revenue generation for kicking as a country. But whilst we they try for do that one day, that is also why we get for focus on PFM. We done they in governance and public finance management for ensure say money, the wastages, money not the loss. We not they waste money, we not they put money on things that we don't need for the day. That government, they curb spending. Again, I will say, Stamambu are the figures, man. I can sit down and I go able to tell you, say, the number of people that women they work for government back in where they take office and the number of people where they work for government now, it don't increase.
Just take teacher and nursery.
His argument will be that these are necessary. That we need for grow, we need for everything. I don't know about you, Dana. Somebody, I mean, they listened the other day, I interview somebody, they talk, say, oh, the money go come, we go find the money, and not be say because the money not there, we will not go plan for the future. I don't remember who it was, but I listened to that. I listened to that, and I found it very interesting. Say, things and they were aspirational. But sometimes you have to look at the reality and realize that as a government, there is a responsibility for curb spending. I'll give you 2 points. I'm a Muslim. I'm a practicing Muslim. The Quran allow me for married 4 wives. There are caveats to it, therefore love them equally and everything. But I married 1 wife. I always had this life intent for married 1 great wife. Why? Minus anything else. Put this, okay, I like me if enough for married in 1. I sit down, I check. For 4 homes. If even I can afford it. So, yes, things and the way government go say, oh, one for do their aspiration and all that. But when they sit down, they look the reality. And I think that has been the biggest issue. Is that people feel there is a disconnect between the reality and waiting government, then they see. Finally, my final thoughts on this. I want to say, from a governance perspective, fundamentally, as specialists and experts, we believe that governance is local. Mr. Mambu don't make a lot of heavy weather about how things then will affect the world. Yes, we're a global community. Yes, we live in that space where we all interconnected. But here is what I will say. That this corona war they talk a lot about, we can give the government a win. Let's then get under control quick. Corona no ravage will like a ravage song. I was in Europe, the time where corona can. We see that the body in the street still against life. Who them in the lock we like prison. The hostel who have been the data they study. Now by floor, now they allow we for common do. Young person and old person, no they interact. We not see that day na salonaya. And because of the lessons learned and the structures that were there under the Ebola, we take go thank that government able arrest corona quick one. It's interesting that they don't talk say in this same corona where the world is struggle, we able for do good. We send fuel, go Guinea. We say, so it means we were doing okay relatively. If we get fuel for give we neighbor, it means say we they do okay now.
So the SLPP in governance then good at for put any disease outbreak in control?
I would say that because of the Ebola and the investment where the donor partners they make, including, the then DFID, USAID, and the robust framework, it means Sierra Leone, unlike most other West African countries, we now have then systems that institutional memory day for tackle pandemics and epidemics.
So they are good at that.
The systems are there. And they indeed tackle the corona very quickly.
There was leadership.
There was.
All right. Mambo, coming to you, in all honesty, the SLPP in governance, what do you go tell the viewer then this morning say, now na strength this and now na weakness? For example, during the time where the APC be in power, people be they accuse them, say they are very corrupt. And also again, people be they praise them by then say, when it comes to infrastructure, making roads, them being good at them. In Unayo regime, with all honesty as a Sierra Leonean, what you go say now on a strength and on a weakness, just as what Ibrahim don't say, when during una era, when disease outbreak day, leadership day, structure day, and una able for tackle them very well.
So for we at the SLPP, one of the strengths we get now for prepare this country for the future. Anytime we did have power, we can lay foundation them where generations can come and benefit from them. I can make example to 2007. We there be the campaign against we. Remember there was a time where Gaddafi give yes the seller. He used the money for put team together for draft a bill for Nassit. You remember, not so? And then ultimately Nassit been get for come up. Years down the line, that rest we Gaddafi been given for don't benefit few thousands. But because of Nassit, millions are benefiting today. The SLPP government, who will take power in 1996, have a focus say, for make we even take a step for put ayanda, we need for done the war. If the war not done, nothing not happen. So we focus was for end the war. And indeed, SLPP end the war. So that is what this country know we for. For say SLPP can lay foundations where generations to come the benefit. 2018 where we come, we implement the free education, the free quality education in this country. Today, millions they go school, they benefit from it. You not go see the benefits today, in terms of percentages of we educational level, but give them time. And I make now what we try for do, now for make sure say we include the free education as a law now we constitution, the new constitution all the review. For make them permanent, for say any government we can now go get free education as part of a program because a day inside we constitution now, so a choice for go by them. Because we want lay the foundation so that generations will come go. Doc talk about how we do business with international support. Now you make right now with government for the past 3 years, if you watch closely, we international relationship them. We don't come off from aid to partnership. Now we talk trade. In international diplomacy now, we don't talk aid anymore. Now we talk partnership. As I talk so, Salon government delegation in London. Now the Sierra Leone UK Investment Forum. We not go there for go ask for aid anymore. Now for ask for to see also Salon get things they they export. We need the market for make a goodie. We need market for send the things they go. We need we don't open up a market. We need investors them for coming. Today Salon they produce iron ore. First them now the thing with the care go. Today we get factory there. So for do now for industrialize the country. For make sure when global pandemic hits, we able get homegrown initiative them so that we able for come. I want to let you see if una we see the talk for let not miss it and you get forget the opportunity for Liam. We also try for revamp the agriculture sector. I know say few months ago you read the WFP report with them pull and do. Not so 39% of the rice where they buy now, they buy them from Salon, homegrown rice. It is estimated by that same report, say if Salon keep up the pace of how we go rice by next year, WFP go reduce by 50%. The rest where they buy outside. So these are homegrown initiatives with this government they take because the world now Everybody, Donald Trump can't teach the world one thing, not so. He say every man for himself, God for we all, not so. So if you not change your perception now as a country, like how we they do now, quick, from donor driven to now trade partnership, it'll be a problem. So now make we open up the country. We don't diversify for make sure say we now start for invest in homegrown ideas. We'll go use the idea then they as trade so that when we self-export, look with the stabilization of we currency currently. For the past 2 years, we currency don't stabilize. You know why? Because we export power don't grow a little bit. Are we there yet? No. There are still commodities who get in this country who will need international markets for good selling. So Nadande.
You don't make mention of the success stories and decide the way you believe say na the SLPP strength when you're in governance.
Yes.
Shed lights on the failures.
Well, I'm not gonna call them failures, I go call them challenges. One of the challenges where we get, now for make one of the challenges where we get, now people and for pull politics and talk about salon. When APC came in a power, there are several instances where SLPP don't join them for carry the country go before. One at the Ebola. Mr. Bangoya mentioned, we leader who gets so today, where Ebola been there, he come na this country. Chief Bangoya, Alisa, he helped the government, he come join the government. Because there are certain sets of the people in this country will not be the adhere to precautionary measures for the Ebola. Not so, the SLPP become told the leader, and we join the APC. We help for curb the Ebola virus. But the Ebola virus. But what we don't see when it comes to the SLPP is only continuous bashing. Instead of people in camp for join the government, let continue for address the challenges then one of the things we don't see now bashing. The other thing is scarcity of resources. So who they face at the camp.
People they bash on their own day in government
because of political gains. Because for example, how can somebody you normal? How you go use the drugs epidemic where the ravage your country so today? How you go politicize that kind of thing there? You want for saying SLPP time no more get drugs problem na salon? Or na salon no more get drugs? Na salon no more get drugs problem?
The area of national cohesion.
Of course, when it comes to national cohesion, we did number one. From time immemorial, SLPP, the fight for national cohesion, we don't try for bring this country. I'll give you instances then.
The reason why I ask you, you they explain say we wanna in governance. You say you not call and challenge na you not call and failure na a challenge.
Of course.
People know they come on board for support on in governance. Where that means say the SLPP not able to tackle the issue of cohesion, bringing people together.
We able to tackle them, but people then get their own idea. If I can't, for example, if I can't, you don't want me, I defect you.
So
no.
Why you say we wanna in governance? People they bash
because there are certain sets of people in a salon we believe say no more. Once the SLPP in a power, they will never support it. Why? Because not of their own political party in a power. This is the idea.
So
that is it. Now make we the say na SLPP when there is governance, make we put politics aside and face the governance situation. I don't know, but they are in quarters and they are powerful. That I can tell you for sure. So in governance processes, everybody need to come on board. The professionals, political parties. We President Bio win in 2018. 2 weeks into in governance, they bring the former president at State House. They come, they talk. They bring the executive of the opposition party. They come, they talk. They come, they sit down, they in talk. In 2023, where the election end, where the opposition feel aggrieved, President Bio bring we all together. Can we go na into money? Sign agreement. Why? For national cohesion. For make we continue for work together. As a country, as a people, but there are people who believe that this country say, hence we don't swear. No, then they are quarters and they are powerful.
It's not them people.
I don't tell you say I don't know them. Then,
but you say that if you know say people in there, it means you know them.
No, then they like the opposition APC and their supporters. Then just believe say nothing no day with this government they do. Even though that they benefit from the whole out them of this government. But for them, then just believe say anything with this government they do. Not correct.
But you don't say opposition. Now they work that for criticize the government, for keep them in check. Where the government in return for become distracted. No, stay focused.
We are focused more than the word itself focused.
But you just complain, say.
I'm not complaining. We talk about challenges. You ask me a question. What are the challenges all they face? Then I want challenge all they face. It is a challenge all they face, not to complain, not to me talking. You ask the question. So then one big challenge all they face. How can we put to political hats then done, where election done, and face the country in development one? Whether you did Karine, whether you did Bombali, whether you did Kailang. How can we come together as a country where political term done? You can see countries and they oversee where election they on. It'll be heated. It's okay. But when election done, they come back together and carry the country go before.
As a way of wrapping up, wait till you go point at say na the bio-led administration under the SLPP. Now then legacy this way then go left for Sierra Leoneans, where then go always remember the SLPP under President Bio.
So one of it, now the human capital development is one legacy where President Bio led government get for left for the people of Salone. The other legacy it in a maturing stage. That is follow feed with self. President Bio want ensure say by the time it left government, 60% of what we eat if we're able to grow inside our country. That is a lasting legacy we want for left in this country. You see, the whole of last week, the Fountain of Honor, the president himself, the whole of last week, it in at the bush, it in at the farms, it go see what's in the happen, na the agriculture sector, it go on the ground, it go na in your farm, in SSF, for make sure say we left a lasting legacy. Because as me, Mr. Bangoa agree say, the world now every country for itself and God for all. So we need homegrown initiative them. For we able to take your destiny in our hand. And all right for let a country put in destiny on foreign aid. Yes, it will always be there because Salone in industry sector not really vamp to that level it will be able to generate homegrown income to a point that we will not need foreign aid anymore.
I'll ask you this question because yesterday we did get a conversation on the drug issue now in the country, and we host a journalist and a social commentator by the name of Thomas Dixon. In belief say if President Bio not stand up and put robust measures for curb this issue where the country they struggle with, the drug will be one of President Bio in legacy where people go remember him for.
Okay, so make an answer down there. If I be in at this studio, I go tell Thomas say it's 100% wrong. Now, first of all, where are they talk about the drugs problem we'll get in a salon? I know they talk as SLPP. I know they talk as APC. I know they cast blame per APC. I know they cast blame per SLPP. We have a drug problem. We need to put the political lens aside and face them head on. It is a problem. It is ravage with country. It is wrong for make it happen. We have to face it head on. Then a 100%.
So now, lens coming from? Because a journalist make the statements. Outside the political lens.
No, the advice at the key for say we no need for politicize them. We need for face them as a country. Every sector of this country need for come together for face them. From family, you wait in a house with you picking them. Or person where you are into the live in a house, where they smuggle land drugs and they can't hide in a house, go on social media and make noise, but behind backyard the kush thing up there. You have to say something about it. So community level, community leaders, where they see people them, where they trade them drugs and they at community level, where they see them with the eye, but then they prefer for hide them, can on social media and make noise about them. So district level, regional level. At the national level, President Bio don't do two things. Quick one. Where these drugs begin. They don't declare a state of emergency on drugs. They don't set the presidential task force on drugs. Are they enough? No. The government of INSSF, WISSF need for do more. Pump resources into the drugs law enforcement agency. Train more drugs law enforcers them. Now this country also. But then we need to invest heavily on community ownership. Any pandemic we can at this country, even the world, where corona hits the world, if the people na any country not be embrace them and ready for let go, they ever go. Because as we don't so na Salone are one of the country we get over 220. Mr. Bango, I go tell you that they get over 220 crossing points them where drugs they come inside na this country here. But for politicize and say, no, na the government, I don't bring her. Drugs been there under APC, drugs they under SLPP. But when drugs been there, we have to face them as a national because drugs is a national security threat. To we country. As we don't so now, my sister, drugs problem not only salary day. Even America, drugs is as important as the day-to-day living of Americans now. Donald Trump don't just order 3 weeks ago. Every day Donald Trump they bomb one boat where they come off Venezuela. And for right now, you don't order the CIA for say let them enter inside on covert mission na Venezuela for let them they attack and bomb the drug cartel the way they did. So this is a national concern. It need a national effort. It need a national call. The government need for step up. Community need for take ownership. Because a lot of them people are where they take them and where they market them in the small packets. That community then they live. So community, we need community ownership. The media need for take them. We make sure say we all join the fight. But if we politicize them.
We are doing our own part.
They play with own part. Waiting me they appeal. Make we not politicize them.
All right.
Make we continue for call on the government. We all. Now me party in power. But government need for do more. The community need for do more. We all as Sierra Leoneans need for come together as a concerted citizens of this country for make we face the drugs and former.
Over to you, Ibrahim. The SLPP, when they na power, from a governance perspective, waiting normally the people then can know them for say, now then strength this and this not a weakness.
I think the biggest strength you can give to the SLPP is, as I don't say, policy and rolling out policy and putting policy in place. The biggest constraints and challenges can always come from the implementation. And let I just say, I think from a governance perspective, here is where I think potentially the government don't miss some. The cornerstones of governance, now transparency, accountability, and sustainability. Now, let relate all down and data some of the things that Mr. Mambu don't say. On the issue of transparency, talk about the Gaddafi rights, the Kawit Nasid, all of this and everything. But the conversation at the end of the day, at that time, was that we then don't give this rest for the people of Sierra Leone. If the government decides, say, they want to do something else with this rest, people should know. And I think most times that people are in frustration in that day. You know, governance in not for be society, not for be secrets. I should know, the people should know. Una way deny for know. Information not for hide pamposing. At the end of the day, political parties are elected by the people. They are servants of the people. There has to be that recognition. So secrets not for deep and nothing. That is the transparency side of it. Accountability. Me go encourage Mr. Mambu. So you know when you talk about accountability, it's not just external looking in, it's also internal looking out. The government therefore be willing for take responsibility of certain things and hold itself to account. Where it is say, oh, people and they then go just condemn, then go this, no matter witty, no matter. I think I not go dispute say yes, then they know they happen. Political parties sometimes are known to oppose because that is what they are meant to do with the opposition. But at the end of the day, where does that responsibility come in that UNICEF as a government therefore take responsibility of certain things and not just say they want indeed they oppose? That is where the problem of the shrinking space comes in. Because at the end of the day, we don't find ourselves in a country now where I see you talk and don't paint you. Interesting as to that, set more at the watch just now. As you talk something, so Mr. Mambu say you want to enter the field. At the end of the day, we have to be willing for lay people that ask the tough questions. It is not an easy job. So on then I can always say that party, we if I ready for good do bad, say if they follow me pan good do bad, not a good party. You might think say yes, they support you, but you forget that party where they will look at you and say, no, but me man, me another with you pan this, you form. On the issue of sustainability, I can say all the conditional gains them, conditional successes where the governments don't make. If they are not sustainable, then at the end of the day, people go look back and see the 2 terms of this government as period where they not deliver. So, let's link a couple of things there. Don't talk about the drugs problem. I agree with him that it is a problem. If you ask me, I don't understand why to date the government not don't declare this an epidemic. Yesterday there was a video where, you know, I think the Speaker of Parliament, they say, you know, it is not that serious. It's funny. Data is a snapshot in time. So if you sit down, you always able to find a window where data can look a certain way. But we should not downplay this drug problem in this country. I did listen to Kindo Amani the other day on Liberty TV where they talk say, no sign not safe. Our kids are not safe in the school everywhere. Me not think say there is anybody trying to politicize this fight. The government should declare it an epidemic. We forfeit them robustly because I will tell Mr. Mambu that all these touts where it tout say human capital development and then they member the government for. If the pikin they owner don't get access to school, then don't go to school, but now they don't turn drug addicts and don't turn junkie them, they not be sustainable, they not be waiting self members of society, then what is the gain? Yes, when I put them in a school, but when they put them in a school, then go sell drugs, get it. Then they turn addicts. They at the end of the day, then sit down, they pass in the streets and they for them.
One issue where I want to take into cognizance in this conversation, for let you know, say people in the attempt for politicizer. Look what happened to Natasha Beckley, for example, where police go at one of the residents found some consignments of we perceive for be drugs for investigation still there on. We go on social media, following video what he say. We go on social media. Oh, now people in the me because I don't declare for be deputy chair na put local. Now I make people they affect me. How can you say that?
But Mr. Mambu,
this is a national concern.
Mr. Mambu, so calm. Where they accuse somebody of something as a lawyer, I know that innocent until proven guilty.
Of course.
If they charge you with something right now, you get the rights for say, not to me.
Of course,
the court and the police, and then they investigate and carry the evidence. So I would not necessarily focus on waiting Natasha in say, not say. For me, no, I think the bigger conversation.
Wait, you know what they go do?
Mr. Mambu.
They make as if say, oh no, government they target.
Mr. Mambu, no, but
government
as a matter of fact, what she
people,
even said was that now we declare inside in party.
Yes,
but how government concerned per inside in own party?
No, it go tell like
say
no, it go
government is handing inside.
No, it go tell like say
on a government they remote control the police.
Okay, let me tell you now. It go tell that statement they as a lawyer for no say. It go not trigger in statement. It go tell like say the way he put them that in your party they witch hunt and they tell government they leak information then bottom to government.
But Mr. Mambu, do you also concede that more than one thing can be true at the same time?
That is true.
That there's also that possibility that the police get the evidence and don't go fena, but man and they back with the feds for target and for dandy.
But then face the situation head on, no politicizer.
But that is for me. That is
face the situation
for me,
head
that
on.
Is not politicizing
we don't need for
the
politicize drugs issue. It is a problem.
But it
is a national problem.
One thing I will let
the
them
moment we politicize it become a problem.
In own defense team. But Mabel, just two things. Let's end on two things. I don't talk about governments should declare this an epidemic because it completely erode and erase the human capital development. At the end of the day, if Pekin and don't go school, they're almost turn junkie and drug addicts, then there was no achievement. But two things I will say. I want to make two clarifications. Mr. Mambu said SLPP ended the war. Here's what I would say. Yes, SLPP being there in governance when the war end. But let we recognize say, there are very many people, Sierra Leoneans across the peace. Peace as in P-I-C-E, P-I-E-C-E. We play a part for the end of the war.
But what does? No, as a lawyer, what does? Let me ask a question, Mr. Bangoa, before you continue. As a lawyer, what does government mean to you?
Mr. Mambu.
What do you mean when they say government?
Mr. Mambu, you not say the government end the war. You say SLPP end the
war.
But
now SLPP be in a government.
You say SLPP end the war.
No,
so now make I go say.
No, SLPP be in a government.
SLPP was in government when the war ended.
Yeah, but now SLPP.
But no frame like now SLPP end the war.
No, SLPP government.
Their part.
So no how the issue government.
And
SLPP government.
Finally, my final thought, Mabel, I will say, Mr. Mambu says Salon government now aid to trade. It's interesting. The government of Sierra Leone not get a choice, but for shifts from aid to trade, because that is now the policy of the development partners. This aid to trade framing. Now the UK foreign minister, not to this one, either Lamy or Cleverly, now in roll out that policy, they say as a nation, the UK is shifting from aid to trade. So if you're in person with Unana partners, they don't tell you, say, me the common I they go here, you have to follow along.
So SLPP initiative.
No.
So why, as a matter of fact,
Mr. Bango.
Mr. Mambu, we'll get the last bite.
Okay.
Just allow me.
All right.
As a matter of fact, it is the reason why the government, they don't talk about the government now, the UK, there's an investment conference. It is the reason why the UK government is supporting that platform, because they are partners. So for me, let there be a recognition, say, yes, government for being still sit down and say, oh no, we want aid no more now, so oh no, don't say, no, they give you a do, they go and fend other side. We will commend government for that. That's then follow the music. But at the end of the day, let there be a recognition that we not the captain of we own ship in that instance then they our partners. Talk and Donald Trump, don't talk. All man for himself, God for we all. If you partners that win at the big one then don't talk dandy. We do not have a choice in this matter. So let us just be clear about that.
Okay, so for add to dandy, every year, Salon they get trade and investment forum with the UK. It only happened since when John was a boy. Every year, Salon they get trade and investment forum with the UK. It happened. That's number one. I don't know if Mr. Bangura don't read the medium-term development plan. Go back to the Ministry of Development and go help you. No, I can't.
Say now government
initiative. No, I want to go read the medium-term development plan of this government. The Ministry of Development go help them with a copy. Page 410. Government inside the part of the development plan what we get from now to 2030. Now for make sure say we move the country from aid to trade. It did it right inside it. So this have been even before the UK or America begin that one day. This government. No, I don't disagree with them. I dey reference them because I'm a lawyer. I can go read the reference. I dey reference them to the Ministry of Economic Development for make it go there and lay hand by the Salon medium-term development plan. Make it read them. Make it see. And the part of we policy.
And on an initiative
now
from
we
scratch.
From scratch. The agenda for Sierra Leone, what we set through the Ministry of Development, we facilitator. Why did we do that? Because Corona, both Ebola Giwi Maloa, not so, but Corona open with all the as a country since 2020 for say, hey, no, something go hit the wall. If you not get initiatives in country, we'll go able to make you stand anything where they come from the wall, you automatically become a failed state. So the Ministry of Development begin include them in we development plan for say make we develop local initiative them and the way we approach the wall now, not all for aid, we approach them now on trade and investment, so that we trade in between we safe. And at that posture the Salon they take now. And when I watch with the next 2 years, the fruits then we go come from their engagements then from all sectors in this country.
All right. Many thanks, Mambu, who joined me this morning, and also Ibrahim Yusuf Bangura, the governance expert, for look at the gains, the strength and weakness of the Sierra Leone People's Party within the in governance. We'll continue then conversation there and bring topics them so that the citizen then go get a clear perspective of how the party them when normally they can stand elections can perform, especially when it come in terms of delivery. Now, so they end this breakfast show for today. Many thanks to all we viewers them, people who don't support we every day, Monday to Friday. When I don't deal with we, make them a culture for tuning to Liberty TV as we get very interesting topics them we they bring counter. We will continue the conversation and we still not forget it about the drug topic. We will continue for talk about how we'll continue for sensitize the people or we'll continue for raise awareness about this particular problem where the country they struggle with. Musa Saukoma and Samuel Thomas that then support the production team. Mina Khadija Bangura, they wish now all a blessed weekend.
All right, till we meet again. We're back about this. Get a good weekend and goodbye.
Mina Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown, and I want Rob Mott Lilibit for this proposed plan for divide Freetown into 3 cities. The reason why government give, they're saying that because of development, they're saying that because of improving service delivery. I can tell you up front, any city where they, who side will not plan the use of land, you not get land use planning, who side building permits, they're not effective, it go mean to say access will be a problem. And outside access not a problem, you will get challenged with disaster, you will get challenged with emergency access, you will get challenged with sanitation. And let me watch for we self the reality of waiting 45% of we city actually fever.
Me 3 grand picking there with me picking in wealth in mama. They're all not dying at this water crisis because people block the place where the water come, just can't flush the hose. Then 4 die.
People just they build all side. So even this community what this place them when an access road where vehicle for come. As soon as you the kind side, so you na be access road. If incidents happen now, vehicle one kind side, ambulance one kind side. Now this community for can collect, let's just say emergency. I wanna feel say that the ambulance go cancel. They want to pass them to and can go na the main line.
You see, we start Mapia, motor no de kaya, bike no de kaya. for say buy clay kaya. We try sickle and self. This clean salon business. For kind size in go enter. Pass we take the dirty them. Go to an our side. So don't build at the place.
You see? Then dirty the other way the community people. Then they pull from and where they see small rain, where then they throw in and then drainage jar. Now then they wash now the streets where we can see. You know, I feel like one time where rain come by Kisi Road, where at the pass, rain come, I see a huge dirty in the middle of the street. You know, where because of people don't get that ideology and that mindset, they say where rain come, then garbage, only for go to one agota, let water wash them. And forget say now the city then the dirty. You know, I feel I'm for the council people on that day because them be don't work that morning day, then where rain come, then come back and can't sweep.
All this are because of planning all day. All man they do but so bad. Guys, you can go inside, forget the dirty them. For care and go na do. Some people not get choice. So you go give them clean, so you clean, so bobo. You go left for people and do what's there.
Because they don't say Freetown City Council, holy solely, then facing a council they do road, then facing a council they give building permit, let people and build a road, let people and block us and access road where people want to car for pass or guys for kind side, for collect people and dirty. Not to mayor they in charge of giving building permits. Not to mayor they in charge of making road. We get the SLRSA, we get the Ministry of Lands. When are they in charge of issue those things to people where you know they do them thing and they. If law and order no dey, all man they go do no more what he wants. Whose side salon they go?
Freetown City Council not give up. We still move forward with new sanitation bylaw, and we really expect for see continued improvements because we don't make improvements. Dividing the city, the situation go worse because the Lily money we for go towards service delivery will now go for run the operating cost of 2 additional councils. So let we not fix the wrong problem. The problem we need for fix, now the problem of service delivery. Dividing Freetown, we not get for fix now and day.
Term them like this, where politics they shape the future, career they define we path them, and the economy they touch everybody in life.
Big thank you to
one program where they ask the hard question them and Simus will bring the answer them close to you, face to face with the movers and shakers, the voice them will matter, the issue them will count, one time per week, one big name, one big issue, one-on-one on Liberty Online TV every Friday 8 to 9 p.m. with Khadija Bangura. One-on-one, only on Liberty Online TV.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.